It's never too early for Halloween, ever. Hey, namaskar everyone, how are you? Hopefully everybody's been doing fantastic. Listen, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and checking it out. I hope you're gonna stick around. Now, if you're already a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. Now, if you watch my videos, welcome back always means we're on another adventure. And that still holds true today. But today's gonna kind of be a different video. If you watched, I don't know, the past month of my channel, Halloween's been popping up. And a lot of props have been popping up in those, videos. And the last video I did, which was up in Avon Lake, up by Cleveland, it was the haunted garage sale and Hearst Cruising. And there was a vendor up there that he made props out of 50-gallon barrels. He made his Halloween props out of it, and I was like, wow, he takes after my own heart, because I love using 50-gallon drums. And I made a statement in there that I'm gonna have to show you my props because I do make Halloween props. I haven't made any in a couple years, but I still do. I still have made them, and I think I'm gonna make some this year, some new ones as well. But our adventure today, usually I say that you're gonna want to know two answers. You're gonna want to know where we are and what we're doing. Well, today we're gonna have an adventure right here at my house, kind of like pretty much in my garage. So I want to show you some of my Halloween props that I make, and actually they're all pretty old and they held up very well. And I'm going to tell you how I made them, how old they are, how good they held up, and maybe, just maybe, we will do a tutorial, just a small tutorial on a basic way to make a decomposing corpse, a skeleton. So if you're ready to get your Halloween on and get ready with today's adventure, I suggest you get off that couch, you get ready, and let's go. We are right here. Right here. That is fantastic. Gotta go. Oh shoot. Look at all of them. I think they're ready to kick my ass. Harden saliva. You're okay. You're okay for watching my channel.
Jesus God, Mamma Mia, look what we got.
Shh. I said there's people still sleeping. Calm down. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. I told you she was afraid of bridges.
Do not. Stop it now.
That is the starting point of the trail. I guess. I don't know. You can start at the beginning or you can start at the end. I don't think it matters where you start at. But wherever you start, that's your starting point. Oh, shit. That's why I tell you, if anybody's looking for an HJ, this is the spot. Take a sip. History. Better Malanga. Okay, so let's start. I've been making Halloween props, man, since I was a teenager. I've always made Halloween props. I have a few out here. As you can see, I staged them. I went to work today and I was like, you know what, when I get home, let me pull some of these out so I can show my subscribers and maybe some new subscribers as well some of the Halloween props that I've made in the past. I'm trying to think, let's see. This is probably the newest one actually out of all of them. And I'll circle around, but I've always made Halloween props. And I didn't ask, we'll start with these ones over here, but I didn't ask that vendor up in Cleveland how much he sold his drums for. But these right here, well, this one's not a 50-gallon drum, but these are plastic 50-gallon drums. I've got these. When I was working up in Cleveland, I used to deliver to Get-Go. The Get-Go car wash, these drums were actually filled with soap. And they didn't want the drums. I would go up there, and from time to time they would have these empty, and they told me I could take them. So out of these ones, the drums were free, so I didn't have to pay for the drums. And we'll tell you how I made them. So obviously it's just a drum, all plastic, nothing to it. You can draw whatever you want on it. Okay, this one, obviously I have radioactive. Now I have the letters. A lot of this stuff I've had, you know, like lettering and stuff like that. So I really didn't have to buy it. But I guess if you did have to buy letters, what are they? Maybe $5-6, if that. But yeah, radioactive. Got this symbol on there. I'll show you a close-up of some of these. Now, this is all foam. All this is foam. That's foam. This is foam. That's foam. All that color that's sticking out, that 3D stuff, that is foam. And that is great stuff. Great stuff is a Halloween must if you're making props. What is it, like maybe $6 a can now? Something like that. And I think a can pretty much will do a barrel, okay? But so drum was free. We'll talk about the cost as well when I did this. The drum was free. I had the stencils. The foam was what, you know, we'll just say $6. We'll say $7. Heck, we'll say $7. These right here, I got the rat. He's eating the skull. That's like a little decomposing skull right there. Then you got these ones that are all cleaned up. Those are Dollar Tree skulls. So those were $1. Now it's the $1.25 tree. It's not the Dollar Tree anymore. It's the $1.25 tree. But those are, you know, $1.25 now. I think these were from the Dollar Tree too as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got another one down here, which, you know, there's $5 right now. So we're up to like $11, $12 right now that I spent on this so far. These cool, I left those vent holes right there. And I'll tell you here in a minute. But the paint for those, these are probably 9 or 10 years old. This would be the newest one. Actually, I didn't use the right paint on there, so it's coming off. I got to repaint that. But the paint at the time, maybe $2 a can. So you're talking $15. $15 maybe for this one to make. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest, I've seen people selling props, 50-gallon props, and this one doesn't do nothing. It's just static. People buy those $150, $160 for those. So for, you know, not even $20, I have myself a kick butt, awesome looking Halloween prop. Now, these all will light up and stuff. I don't have that set up right now, but this one here, actually I might have an old video which I'll put in right now so you can see. I believe the video I have of this one was out in the yard my old house I used to live in, so it was already done in that. But here's that video. Yeah, it's pretty cool at night too. It lights up green. The smoke, that's why I left the vent holes, because the smoke comes out of it and such. And I have the fog machines in the house. Again, I'm not getting all that stuff out. I just want to talk about the props, show you how you can make different things, get some ideas or whatever. But fog juice, if you get yourself some vegetable glycerin and you get yourself some distilled water, let's see, maybe 16 bucks. So I don't know how much fog juice is in the actual containers you buy at the store, but if you want a nice thick fog, you want to get yourself some distilled water, you get yourself some vegetable glycerin. Yeah, do 60% distilled water, 30% glycerin, and you're gonna have yourself a nice thick fog. Okay, but here's this one. This was the second one I made. It's the Biohazard. There's the symbol there. Okay, I painted it a nice yellow. It has that little brown in there for that little toxic kind of weird waste that you want. And yeah, see right there, they all plug in. That one I have an outlet in. There's a light in there. And this one here, yeah, there's the stencils again. So again, the drum was free, can of great stuff, some paint, and the skeleton. Obviously, the skeletons I did buy, and I can't even tell you how much they were. Anywhere from 12 bucks to, I'm looking at some of them. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever spent over, well, maybe about 20 bucks. I think maybe 20 bucks on all this, you know, on the skeletons that I buy. Some were broken. I never throw the pieces away. I keep them. This was one of them that busted. And as you can tell, I didn't get him this way, but he is decomposing. Has all the muscle showing. And you know, with Halloween props, you don't have to get crazy with them. You don't have to get particular. Right here, I like this look right here. Halloween props are supposed to be cheesy. I mean, unless you're going like professional. But these Halloween, this is like a funhouse Halloween props that you would find in a dark ride or something. But I decomposed him, and I'm at the end of this video, the last part of this video, we'll do a little tutorial and I'll show you how to make that decomposed look. Now I did buy those eyeballs. I forget where I bought them, probably the Dollar Tree again. I probably bought a little pack of those. This one, I think I may have a video of this one. What I did here, he used to move, and I used it for a year with him moving, and I didn't like the setup I had. I used a cheap fan, one of the fans that turn side to side, and it didn't quite do what I wanted to, but it did work for the first year. I think I have a picture, or not a picture, but I think I have a video. I think I have a video of him, which if I do, it is going to be put in right now. All right, see, so it did move around, and that video right there should be one that, if I'm correct, it was in my garage, and it was at the beginning stages of it. I was testing it out, so it wasn't done all the way. Okay, then we have the fallout barrel. This is the smallest barrel I have. All I did with this one is used the Great Stuff foam, have some coming out of there. I have that red and orange look. Looks like lava coming out of there, kind of. Okay, and then this one here, I painted this because the hazmat's coming off and dripping on the barrel. So when this is set up, which looks like this, I have it set up. You can do how, you know, you make them, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules on Halloween. But that one is usually fog coming out of it, and it's green. This one here is usually a bright strobe light in there. Either I do a yellow or a white light, or it's a strobe light, a heavy strobe light inside there. This one will be red. So October's usually cool, and the fog's coming out of this one, and it goes all over here. So the red, you know, the fog will be red down here, and it'll be, you'll see the flickering of the light from that one. So that's one of my favorite I love 50-gallon drum barrels. Now we'll talk about these ones here. These are probably about 30 years old, no joke. Like I said, those ones there, they're probably about 10 years old, and they're still holding up. I mean, they need fixed here and there with the foam, but they are still holding up. These ones, these guys right here, they're roughly 30 years old, okay? And a lot of times I have scrap wood. Like obviously I would have had this wood with me. The dowels I had to buy. So I probably bought like, you know, I don't know what this would have been, 8-foot dowels maybe, and I cut them. So I cut the squares for the top and the bottom, and I made some indents with a bit for the dowels to go in, and you put the skeleton in there. This one, I told you, it's old. I mean, they're starting to get brittle and they bust, but we'll fix that, no problem. These I remember paying $15 for, and that was expensive back then. That was real expensive back then, but he lost his arm and stuff. But 30 years out in the elements, man, you know, it held up good. Now these hang. So what I did here is I got one of those key rings, got some chain link, some eyelet screws, and it will hang up wherever you want to put it, and it will swing and whatnot. So, and these are pretty sturdy. I mean, you can, you know, you can swing these around. They've been pounded, they've been dropped, they've been pounded. I do tighten them from time to time, but I would say we're talking 30 years ago, man. I don't know, 30, I probably spent maybe 35 to 40 bucks on building those, and that's including the skeletons for both, you know, both of them. So still holding up, not bad. You know, if you want to build those, real easy prop to make. I'm just, okay, that's a sticker. Real easy prop to make. Another thing you can do if you want is you can get some lights and put up at the top, screw those in, maybe some of those push lights now that they have, and the light will shine down on the skeleton. So real easy prop to make. So far we got, you know, easy prop to make if you put some time into it and thought, you know, some fun into it. Real easy prop right here. Here's another super easy prop to make. These go inside your windows. Let me spread these out. I have 2 of them right there. I think I used to have more. In my old house, I think I had 4 of those at one time. But furring strips used to be cheap. I don't know, I haven't bought furring strips in a while. But again, this wood here was from a junk pallet, so didn't pay anything for it. Junk pallet. Furring strips, I probably spent maybe five bucks on furring strips. Cut them down, measured my window, it sits inside it, and then there's no order in how you have to do this. You cut them and you screw them however you want. Now I think it kind of looks cool like this, and you just pop in the window, and if you leave your lights on, it shines through. It looks like a boarded up, you know, abandoned house kind of. Or you can put behind it some black roofing paper. It's pretty cheap. Well, it used to be pretty cheap. It used to be a black roll, and you could put that behind, staple it, and it would just black everything out. That looks kind of cool too. I kind of like the light shining through it though at nighttime in the house. and add some spider webs. I clean it off every year because I store it away, but you put spider webs along it. Maybe go to the Dollar Tree, get some of those dollar spiders or whatever, and staple on there as well. Easy prop for Halloween. Easy prop. Now, here is the girl from the well. This one, I don't know. I don't really know how much I spent on this. Maybe she was actually a prop herself. She crawled around on the floor. She had wheels and she crawled around on the floor. It broke a long time ago. Told you I'd never throw anything away. I kept it, and I was like, you know what? I am going to make the well girl. So that's what we did. And again, I had the wood. The frame is like 2x4s that go around. I cut 2 circles out of plywood that we had, 2x4s. And then what we did is this here. These are all individual foams. You can use a hot knife if you want to cut those. I used a X-Acto knife and cut it. Now this foam is the purple foam. This is the foam that I used for it. It holds up, it's sturdy. This stuff in here again is great stuff. It looks like cement coming out, like an old rocks, you know, an old rock well with the cement oozing through and stuff like that. You paint it, you get your, you know, two-tone paint, however you want to paint it. You can, I told you, there's no rules. And I put her in the well, and this was a favorite for everybody to get selfies by. Again, it's not, I'm not going to plug it in right now. I don't have everything set up for that, but I do believe I have some video of her actually when I was testing it and out in the yard, and that will be put in right now. So yeah, pretty cool, right? That one was a little more, you know, I put some work into it, but it does look cool at night. The fog coming out of it. Sometimes I'll put a strobe light in front of her, so it's really cool. So far you've seen, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 props. Got the well girl, got the window boards, the hanging skeletons, and of course the 50-gallon props. Now, this one's probably one of my favorite. I don't know. I love those. I love drums. I love making props with drums. This one here, though, this is probably the newest one. And by new, I'm probably gonna say 9 to 10 years old again, maybe 9 on this one. Obviously, the skeleton, you know, that was probably 20, 25 bucks. That one's still in good shape. The lantern I bought, and that flickers and lights up. Of course, it probably needs new batteries by now. There he is. He's just an old miner. Got the old miner hat. I found that I actually found that hat at Goodwill, I think. Real cheap. So I was like, that's a perfect hat for what I need. So I did do that. Got some rope. The only thing I need to find for this one is I want to find an old pick and set by his side. And I just staged these out. It's not, you know, it's close to how I put them out, but so plywood and some regular wood. Got your 1x2s, whatever. And I just put on the side, caution. Yes, there is a light switch there, and I'll show you what that's about in a few. But it's a cool little miner prop. Now, you're wondering what that switch does, right? Before I tell you, I did spend some money on this. This one did cost a little bit because I had to get some special backing paper, and I got a special light for it and stuff like that. And I will show you exactly what this does, but we are going to have to shut the garage door. This is gonna be cool. I'll wait for it to shut, and then you'll see the Halloween magic. And here it is. This is an endless mine shaft. Now I do have to open this up because I don't know if mice are getting in here or what. Something's getting in there because I see some shells or whatever in there. But let me set that right down there. And that is the endless mine shaft right there. So you see how deep that is? And it's only that wide. But you'll see the skulls. Again, those are Dollar Tree skulls. Put it down. The bottom is a mirror. The top is a piece of glass with some special backing paper on it to make it a two-way mirror. Or not a two-way mirror, a one-way mirror. There's a special light. I thought that looked cool for a shaft light, you know, a mine shaft light. But yeah, there it is. So let me turn this light back on. So yeah, pretty cool. So that was 5 props that I was able to show you that I've made throughout the years. They held up 10 plus, you know, and I spent a minimal amount on all of them. Now I think the new prop I'm gonna make this year, and I'll tell you why I haven't made any new props lately. I'll get to the hanging skeleton here in a minute. But one of the reasons I haven't made too many props is because where I used to live, we were in a development. Lots of kids, people walked around for trick or treat. We got a lot, and it was awesome. I mean, people taking selfies with stuff and all that. Now I live on a main road, and nobody walks, nobody trick or treats, no nothing. So, but I still decorate the front. But this year, I think I'm gonna go for it a little bit harder than I have in the past since I moved here. I think I'm gonna make a cemetery, a graveyard fence, and that when I get it done, I'll keep everybody in a loop of it. I know most of my viewers love Halloween, okay, and I really wanted to show you like ideas that you can do yourself, and you know, instead of spending $200-300 bucks on a prop, you know, 20 bucks and you have it, you know, and it's yours. You customized it. But yeah, the cemetery fence, usually it's pretty much just furring strips and PVC pipe, man. That's all you need. It's going to be great. You paint it black, and I had one before, but with all the moving that I did and stuff like that, that was one prop that I was like, let me just pitch. It was cheap to make, so I just pitched it. But let's talk about this guy right here. And yes, if anybody's wondering, because you know I talk about kayaking and stuff, I think I did post a little short video of my kayak, but here I do a Liquid Logic Remix 10. So that's my kayak there. So yeah, if anybody's close and ever want to go kayaking, man, you know, let me know. But yeah, this guy right here, I'm gonna show you a cheap way, a very cheap way, very, very, very cheap, easy way to make a decomposing effect on your skeleton or skull. That way, if you buy a skeleton and it's like, you know, it's a skeleton, it looks, you know, thing, add a little bit more creepiness to it. So let me get my stuff ready, and we'll do this. Okay, so a few things that you're gonna need to do this is first you're gonna have to have a skeleton that you want to do this to. So I told you I never throw anything away. This one's kind of busted. Dollar General bags, Dollar General, Family Dollar, whatever kind of plastic bag. I hate plastic. I freaking hate plastic. But these are going to come in handy. I'm going to use these and a heat gun. So basically what you do is there's no rhyme or reason for, there's no special way to do this, okay, at all. You're just going to kind of put it, wrap it around kind of where you want. Get your heat gun. Okay? No special way. There's no, it's how you want to do this. Okay? And you just keep wrapping it. Whatever looks good to you too. You can hold it a little bit. Okay? And this is, when you do this, when you overlap it, that's what kind of makes the muscle and the muscle and the tendon look and everything. So there we go. There's a start of it. I'll just keep going with it so you can see. Here's another side. We'll do this one. Again, it looks cool when it's awesome. It's a nice cheap effect. Nice cheap effect. Now, if you want, I'll show you right here, for instance. You can make your holes in there. Looks like your muscle's ripping. That's how you kind of get that effect. I think I have one more plastic bag here we can do. And I'm just, you know what I'll do here? I'll kind of put this one over here. So and there, let me set that down. Let me grab this again, fix this a little bit. And this right here is a small, short tutorial of how to make a decomposing corpse, skeleton, whatever you want. And that's how basic it is. Bags that you're probably already going to get from Dollar General, wherever you go. And I go to darn flies or bees. Yep, there it is right there. He talk about Halloween. I don't want to get stung. But yeah, see that? That's looking cool, man. That's looking cool. But yeah, bags you're probably already going to have from shopping. And yeah, look at that. Cool. And simple as that. And this is what the this is what the end effect is. You can paint it whatever kind you want. I used what I have. I used what I had at the time. So I had that like brown paint, that brownish tan paint, and then I had red. So we did the blood on it. Get some eyeballs. You can get some springs, whatever you want to do. Halloween is fun and there's no rules. You can do whatever you want and make props, and it's fun, it's easy. Most of the time it's cheap. You can make it expensive if you want, but a lot of it is cheap. So there we go. So that's kind of what I wanted to show everybody today. I figured I'd do a little prop video, show you my props that I had, like I said, and little small tutorial on that. Maybe you can try it at home. Let me know how it goes. But you know, for me and my peeps here, you know, until we see you on the next adventure, wherever that may be, Fer Melange.